It's time to conduct a social experiment. We always hear about how easy it is to get a job as a software developer. It's time to put that to the test. I'm going to be applying to 50 software developer jobs and waiting probably like a month and seeing what develops over that time. Let's see if it really is that easy. I know a month isn't a long time, but it will be interesting to see how far I get along in the process. So a little bit of background about myself. I have a bachelor's degree in international studies. I have a master's in computer science. I have one internship at Amazon. I have a 1.5 year experience at another tech company and a year experience at my current company. So I have a decent amount of experience. I have a graduate degree in a very relevant field. So in theory, it should be pretty easy for me to get a job. In theory. So the rules are I'm only going to apply to companies that I've heard of. I'm not trying to join a company with 5 people that won't even be here in a year. I'm only applying to jobs that are either remote roles or in California because I want to stay in state. I'm only applying to jobs that require 4 years or less of experience. I have about 2.5 years myself, so I feel like within 4 years is realistic, but anything that's like in the 5+ year range might just be a hard rejection from the company. I'm only going to apply to jobs that are relevant to my experience. So I am more of an application developer, so I'm not going to be applying to like machine learning roles. And finally, I'm only going to apply to a company once. So even if I see multiple roles, I'm just going to do one application per company. I did create this Airtable spreadsheet here to keep track of all the jobs and the stages that I'm at with them. So the first column is going to be everywhere that I apply to, and I've already applied to some places, as you can see. But then we have all the different stages that you can be in, right? You have your recruiter screen first, you have the technical phone interview, then you'll have your on-site, and then finally you either have an offer or you'll get a rejection. Now, honestly, after 1 month, if I get one offer, I'll be pretty happy. But I'm guessing most of these applications will probably be in the denied section, or I probably just won't ever hear back from the company. All right, so once I finish applying to all these places, I will give you guys a list of all 50 companies. It's probably gonna take a while because even those first 15 that I applied to took a few hours. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply to the companies and we'll check back in a month. So I'll see you guys then. So here's the complete list of the companies. It took me several days to reach 50. I underestimated how long it would take to find that many companies that met all the rules I put in place. And also a lot of companies just are not hiring right now with all the uncertainty that's going on. But I was able to find 50, so let's see what happens. All right, so vlog style update here. It's been about a month since applying. Originally, I was gonna have this whole thing be 1 month long, but I feel like that's just not enough time. So let's consider this like a midpoint check-in. So far out of the 50 places I applied to, I've gotten rejections from 19, I got 1 interview, and I haven't heard back from 30 places. And interesting enough, out of those 19 places I got a rejection from, 3 of those roles were actually, they're not considering people for that anymore. So I think a lot of places are having hiring freezes. So the one interview that I did have was with Jet Propulsion's Laboratory, or JPL. If you don't know, JPL, they work very closely with NASA. They do pretty much all or most of the engineering and research that NASA does. So I thought this interview was gonna be your typical, tell me about yourself, and then they just tell me a little bit about the role. But these guys, there were 2 people on the phone and they were like grilling me on my history and what I already know about JPL and why I wanna work there. And the questions weren't like crazy difficult, but I was definitely caught off guard. So that was about a week ago. I have not heard back from them, but I will let you guys know if anything changes. So at this point, I'm just gonna, let this whole thing wait out a few more weeks, see if anything changes, and then I will give you guys a final update in about a month. All right, it's time for the final update, and not much of an update here. I got a few more cold rejections, but actually I did receive an email from a recruiter from eBay. So I was thinking, okay, here's something from a reputable company, maybe something will come out of it. The recruiter, and I don't know why some recruiters do this, but he sent me an email on Thursday evening asking what my availability was for that week. So I would have to reply with my availability, then he would have to confirm it, and then we would have to have the actual call all within a day. So I sent him my availability for that next day, which is Friday, as well as the next week, just in case. But I never heard back. I sent a follow-up email, but I got nothing. And this is something that I wanted to bring up because recruiter ghosting is a real thing. And I've worked with a lot of recruiters over the past few years, probably over 100. And this might sound kind of harsh, but a lot of them have no idea what they're doing. And I've been ghosted several times. And you know, I've talked about it before on my channel, and I had a lot of people comment and saying that the same thing happens to them all the time. And in my opinion, it's pretty unacceptable, and it's something that needs to be addressed. And I don't know why it happens so often. If you're watching this and you're a recruiter, can you let me know? I mean, I don't think that they're that busy that they can't reply to an email. And you know, they're playing with people's emotions. This isn't the summer delivery job at Pizza Hut. This is people's careers. There's a lot of money at stake, and this stuff needs to stop, man. So that's just my vent for the video. I don't know if I'm overreacting. I don't think I am, but you know, it's something that definitely needs to be addressed and fixed. But anyways, like I said, I applied to 50 jobs and I got 1 interview. That's a 2% interview rate, which is not very good. And I feel like I have a pretty solid resume, and everything that I applied for, I felt like I was qualified for. But I think it's just a sign of the times that we're living in. A lot of companies simply aren't hiring. I remember even when I was applying, there were companies that I was looking for, and I looked in the career section and there was like nothing there. And I think it's just really hard to find something right now. I mean, people are getting laid off left and right. So it's hard enough, or it's a challenge to even keep your job right now, let alone finding something new. And I'm one of the lucky ones. I have a job right now. I know there are a lot of people that are unemployed and they're going through this, and it just really sucks. But I do want to say that during these last like 2 months since I started this experiment, I've had several recruiters reach out to me via like email or LinkedIn. So I think it just goes to show that you definitely get more return on investment trying to, like network or trying to reach out to recruiters, say via LinkedIn, than it is to spend your time just cold applying to a bunch of jobs. So honestly, that's probably the most useful thing that I learned from this experiment is, networking over cold applying. And I was really hoping to get further along in some of the interview processes just so this video could be more interesting. But I mean, this is exactly what happened. And a lot of this stuff is out of my control, but I hope you guys did find the video helpful. I mean, it took a couple months to plan and film and edit. So I'd appreciate it if you guys did hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Also consider subscribing if you are enjoying the content. And also let me know what kind of content you guys would like to see more of. I'm always open to new opinions. But all right, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, keep on coding.